Hey, you guys, tongue tied. I remember growing up, my brother Lewis was tongue tied, and they had to, my mom and dad had to take him to the doctor so they could clip underneath of his tongue so his speech would be better. And he fought and fought. My mom was holding him down, my dad was holding him down, the nurses, everybody tried to go in and clip his tongue underneath there to release that piece of whatever it is so he wouldn't be tongue-tied anymore. They couldn't do it. They could not do it. They tried. Even though he was a little boy, he fought, and they couldn't do it. Why am I bringing this up? Because some people might be tongue-tied. Like I always talk about the power of your tongue and the power of your words. Death and life is in the power of the tongue. So are you tongue-tied? Are you experiencing wilderness? You remember in the scriptures it talked about they was murmuring and complaining, and they stayed in the wilderness. They wandered and wandered. They never made it into the promised land because they were complaining, because they were murmuring. Are you tongue-tied? Are you still wandering around and wondering why things haven't changed, and you have a promise waiting on you, but you're not going to enter into the promise if you're tongue-tied, if you're murmuring and complaining? Instead of what I was thinking about today, instead of saying to people, because I've heard that if you eat all that, if you drink all that sweet tea, you're gonna be. Why not say, oh, I know I'm gonna pray for you, and I declare right now that you will love and have a thirst for water. We can change our words around. We could say things like, if you see somebody that's, in the African American community, they talk about diabetes and stuff like that a lot. So instead of saying, you eating all that sweet, you're going to say, I declare right now that you will have a hunger for fruits and vegetables. Let's change our words around, you guys. Instead of murmuring and complaining about everything that's going on, change the words and think about it. It's going to take some effort. It's going to take some effort. But the results, it's the same thing when you're working out, It takes effort to lift those weights and do all these things. It takes time and effort. It's a conscious choice. I was talking to somebody yesterday, and sometimes people complain about what's going on in their life, but actually, a lot of things are because of choices. And so my question to you, are you tongue-tied? Have you entered into the promise, or are you still murmuring and complaining? The promise is there. It's right there. But are you tongue-tied? Are you tongue-tied? Right now, as I'm saying this, it's as if I can see some folk just struggling, like, stop talking about talking in the words. But I have to, you guys, I'm telling you. Oh my gosh, I'm telling you, I seen it for myself. I did it for myself. I was wandering. I was murmuring. I was complaining. I was blaming. I was doing all these things. Once I started changing my words around, my whole world started to change. I'm walking into promise now. Every day I'm seeing another manifestation of promise. Every day. I'm speaking life now. I'm seeing it. I am seeing it, you guys. Are you tongue-tied? Clip. Just cut it. You're not tongue-tied anymore. A while back I had put up about untied for a purpose. So today, clip, you're untied. They're tongue-tied. You're not tongue-tied anymore. Don't murmur and complain. Even now I have to limit the amount of complaining and murmuring that I hear coming into me, because I have to maintain a certain atmosphere within myself, in my spirit, so I can hear clearly. The same thing with my son is a health. Okay, he is healthy. All right, and he works out, and he has a regimen. He works out, he eats a certain amount of food. Even when he come places and go places, unless he gives himself a one cheat meal a week. One. I thought it was a cheat day. It's a cheat meal. He told me that you get one cheat meal a week. It's not a whole day. But anyhow, that's off the subject. But anyway, he has a regimen, and he knows what he has to do to maintain his body and his muscle physique and everything about him. He has a regimen. So, are you tongue-tied? What are you listening to? Are you listening to a lot of complaining? Or are you agreeing with it, and are you complaining a lot and murmuring? Because that is keeping the promise from you, because you're going to be wandering instead of walking into your promise. Are you tongue-tied? Clip. You're no longer tongue-tied. So now, since you're no longer tongue-tied, what are you going to say? And who is listening? What are you going to say? And who is listening? No more complaining. I declare that over you right now, that you will speak life over yourself, over every area of your life. No more complaining. No more murmuring. And don't allow it in your ear gate. All that complaining, it just be draining sometimes. You just don't even want to talk to people because it be so much complaining. Come on, you guys. Speak life, speak out, speak life. And I'm not saying, I ain't gonna have a moment here and there, but if it's always nothing but complaining, you're gonna stay in the wilderness. Do you want to get out of the wilderness? Do you want to live in the, if that's where you want to be, okay then. But if you really want to be in the promise, God's best for your life, walking in prosperity in every area of your life, hallelujah, change your words. Now. Speak life now. Because you're no longer tongue-tied. You guys have a wonderful evening and a super blessed week. Bye-bye.